Catherine Ross, the woman Hollywood once called the quiet storm, carried a kind of grace that few could match. And yet, there was one person she admitted she truly hated more than anyone. Born Catherine Juliet Ross on January 29, 1940, in Hollywood, California, she was the daughter of a Navy officer, Dudley Ross, and a homemaker, Catherine Hall. Her childhood was spent moving from place to place, mostly around the San Francisco Bay Area, where she developed a love for art, literature, and theater, interests that would eventually define her entire life. After graduating from Las Lomas High School in 1957, she studied drama at Diablo Valley College, where her teachers immediately recognized her raw, natural talent. With determination in her eyes and quiet confidence in her heart, Ross left college after only 1 year to chase her dream of becoming an actress. She joined the Actors Workshop in San Francisco, where she studied method acting, embracing the emotional realism that would later become her hallmark. By the early 1960s, Ross began making appearances on television, showing up in shows like Gunsmoke, The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, and Wagon Train. Her performances carried a quiet depth that caught Hollywood's attention. Then came 1967, and with it, her breakout role in The Graduate opposite Dustin Hoffman. As Elaine Robinson, the young woman torn between love and expectation, Ross captivated audiences with her understated emotional power. The film became a cultural phenomenon, earning her an Academy Award nomination and a Golden Globe. 2 years later, she starred in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid alongside Paul Newman and Robert Redford, solidifying her place as one of the defining actresses of her generation. Her natural chemistry with Redford gave the film its warmth and humanity, while her performance earned her international acclaim and a BAFTA award. Through the 1970s, Ross continued to choose complex, intelligent roles. She starred in The Stepford Wives, 1975, a haunting satire about the dark side of suburban perfection, and Voyage of the Damned, 1976, for which she received another Golden Globe nomination. But while Hollywood saw her as a star, Ross never sought fame for its own sake. She avoided the spotlight, preferring quiet authenticity to the noise of celebrity life. Off-screen, her personal life was filled with its own twists and turns. 5 marriages, each marking a different phase in her journey. From her early unions with actor Joel Fabiani and John Marion to her creative partnership with cinematographer Conrad Hall and her short-lived marriage to Tom Lissy, Ross seemed to be in constant search of stability in a chaotic industry. It wasn't until 1984, when she married actor Sam Elliott, that she finally found lasting peace. Their partnership was built on mutual respect and shared values. Together, they welcomed their daughter, Cleo Rose, that same year, a late but cherished chapter in Ross's life. Yet, beneath her calm and gentle public image, Ross carried strong convictions and even stronger dislikes. Among the many actors she worked with, there was one she could never tolerate: Cloris Leachman. Their paths crossed in the late 1960s, when both women were at the height of their fame. Leachman, with her loud personality and eccentric humor, was everything Ross wasn't. Where Ross valued quiet preparation and emotional subtlety, Leachman thrived on chaos, ad-libbing, and constant improvisation. The tension between them began on set, when Leachman's unpredictable antics disrupted Ross's disciplined performances. Crew members recalled Ross sitting silently fuming as Leachman went off script, forcing everyone to adjust around her. For Ross, it wasn't just unprofessional, it was disrespectful. When someone turns a scene into a circus, it stops being art, she reportedly said years later. Off camera, things were no better. Leachman's sharp tongue and teasing nature often came across as cruel. She liked to poke people, Ross once confided, but it wasn't funny to me. There's a difference between humor and humiliation. Over time, their dislike hardened into something more permanent. Ross avoided her at public events, and once even walked out of a dinner when she realized Leachman had been seated nearby. Still, true to her character, Ross never made their feud public. When asked about it in an interview years later, she simply said, "Some people feed on chaos. I never could." Leachman, for her part, seemed to relish the tension. With her trademark mischievous grin, she once joked, "Oh, Catherine Ross hates me? Good. I must have done something right." For her, conflict was entertainment. But for Ross, it was something deeper, a symbol of everything she disliked about Hollywood. "This industry rewards noise," she once said, "but I never wanted to shout to be heard. I believed in stillness." To Ross, Leachman represented the side of Hollywood that valued ego over craft, attention over authenticity. When Cloris Leachman passed away in 2021, Ross didn't comment publicly. Those close to her said she felt no bitterness, only quiet reflection. She understood, perhaps better than anyone, that people like Leachman came into her life for a reason. "Some people remind you who you don't want to be," Ross once said. For her, that person was Leachman. Yet even in her disapproval, Ross's grace never wavered. She acknowledged Leachman's brilliance, calling her gifted but missing kindness. In the end, their story wasn't just about a feud, it was about two women who embodied opposite sides of art itself. One loud and untamed, the other serene and precise. And through it all, Catherine Ross remained what she had always been: quietly powerful, fiercely principled, and utterly unforgettable.